those of you who are listening right now, you cannot see this ridiculous hat I'm wearing, but if you watch on YouTube, you'll be able to see. But anyway, welcome back, guys, to episode number 4 of 7 on 7. Today, I have my friend, longtime friend, known you a long fucking time. Really have. Professional skateboarder, I don't care what you say. Nope. This guy's big, famous, big guy. My boy, Ray Corey. What is up, my guy?
Nothing.
How are you?
Hanging. I'm good.
It's been a minute since I've seen you.
It has. It's been what? 5 years, maybe? 4?
No way. Bullshit. Has it really been that long?
It might have been, to be honest, because we've only been dating for 3 years. And I
definitely haven't seen you while you guys have been together.
Yeah, I don't think so. So it's been longer than that.
Holy shit, what the fuck? That's horrible. Oh my god, I feel like a shitty friend for that. God damn, but how are you, my guy?
You've been busy.
I know,
been busy,
we both been busy.
You know.
We both been busy. But how the fuck are you, dude?
I'm good. Just, living life, not in school, skating.
Hey, there's nothing
trying
wrong.
To do my thing.
There's nothing wrong with not being in school. We had this conversation on the last episode too, with the school, not school conversation topic. But kind of to get started, because I don't know if some of my fans or some of my followers will know who you are, but they will after this. Mr. Ray Corey, tell us a little bit. That is you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where'd you grow up? Kind of give us the start before we dive into, the meat of things here.
All right. Well, I grew up in Orange County. Been here my whole life.
OC for life.
Yeah, pretty much. No LA for me. But LA's cool, but I like OC more. But, so this is home for me. Been here 23 years now. Me and Gage went to the same school, Salem.
God.
Elementary school. We've
known each other since elementary.
Orange Lutheran. You went there a little bit.
Salem?
No, Orange Lutheran.
Yeah, I went there for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
And then, so I've been here. I am also adopted as well.
I remember that.
You know that.
I remember that. I remember that fact. I forgot when it was that you told me, but I remember that we connected.
I think it was when we were playing basketball.
Yeah, and we connected us that when we were kids. We were like, what? You're adopted?
Because we were the only two that kind of was, I think.
And so was, I don't know if you remember Tyler Wagner.
I do remember him.
Yes, he was adopted by his grandparents too.
During, while we were at school, or was it later?
No. It was
later thing.
No. He had been adopted around similar time when I was adopted, when I was 12.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, I haven't heard that name in a long time either.
I know, right? Dude, fucking memories. Okay, OC your whole life.
Yes.
We went to elementary school together, Salem.
Yep.
Salem Lutheran, for all the Orange County people. You guys know exactly where that's at.
Yep.
What else?
I don't know. What is there about me?
Okay.
I don't do this.
Okay, let me ask.
Yeah. Give me
as a kid, what were your inspirations before skating?
Oh, jeez. All right. There's a lot. I tried everything. So it was crazy. I always liked skateboarding when I was younger. Thought it was cool, but I never really stuck with it. I never stuck with really anything. I just kind of tried everything. But there was things, I continuously did, but I would do multiple things with it. I never chose one thing and really tried to do something, but I was 2 years old, had a little, this skateboard that had the handle, so it was a scooter skateboard. Yes, I had that, rode that when I was 2. And then I was, just riding that for a little bit, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, totally.
But growing up, it was just sports, basketball, soccer, t-ball. I never actually played real baseball. Never played real football, just flag at school. And then it's true. It was just flag football. Never actually tackled anyone. I did martial arts for 6 years.
Damn, you've done a little bit of everything.
Yeah, played drums for years. My uncle got me into that.
Damn, you're just a jack of all trades guy.
Surfed, snowboard. Yeah, I did everything.
Do you think the surfing and snowboarding gave you a pre-passion thing for skateboarding? Because I know that you were you always were interested in skateboarding, but because I feel surfing and snowboarding are very similar to skating in aspects.
Kind of.
I suck shit at surfing. It's not even surfing. Like, I don't even surf. I drown. Like, it's not even surfing. Yeah, I literally just drown. Snowboarding, I'm all right. Skating is like, get me off immediately.
Yeah.
But I know that there's similar in aspects. Like,
there's similarities. So the thing with it is like some people think they're exactly the same. Like, oh, you know how to ride a skateboard, you can easily do a snowboard. Yeah, Skylar's shaking her head. She's like, no, that's not the truth at all. It's very,
very different.
The balance wise, just to go straight, yeah, it's similar. Same thing with everything. But, when it comes to movements, turning, it's
totally different.
That's where, snowboarding and surfing and the turning and movement is a little bit more similar.
Gotcha. Because, like the heel toe kind of aspect
because like
things?
when you're doing like the S turns, you're kind of going like this.
Yeah.
On the snowboards, it's like when you're surfing, like if you're going on a wave, you're kind of doing the same thing, just carving. So that's where it's like similar, with all three. But that's like not a true statement, and I attest to that because I
didn't think
done
so.
all three, and I snowboarded more than I skated when I was younger, but
interesting.
I wouldn't say it gave me like the passion for skating. Just because when I was younger, I didn't really think anything of it being the same thing or feeling the same thing. Because I also tried skiing too, but I did that like one time and I put those back away.
Yeah, it's good, dude. Literally same. I tried to ski one time. at the fucking God, what is it? Oh, the Park City, Utah Olympic Park.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, my parents were skiers their whole life,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "Dude, we're gonna have you try skiing." I put those fucking things on, and they put you on like a ramp, like into a pool, and I'm like 8 years old, dude. It was the most horrific, traumatic experience of my life, and then never again did I ever want to try skiing ever again. Like, It was like you felt like your legs were gonna rip apart, and then you ended up landing in a pool, and like you're like drowning with like these skis on your feet because you have to like try and swim all weird. Like, dude, it's fucked up. It's a traumatic ass experience. Dead ass. No. Dude, fuck skiing. I hate skiing.
It's gnarly, but not for me. I'm good.
Damn.
I try to.
I'm glad we agree on fuck skiers. Skiers are dope though, but fuck you guys. So surf, snowboarded, drums, martial arts, A through fucking Z.
Tried it.
You did.
Yeah, I tried
you did
a
it.
lot.
You did it all. You tried it all, but you stuck with skateboarding.
I stuck with it after freshman year. Like I started really, I don't even think I knew how to kickflip until freshman year.
I can't even ride a skateboard, so that's.
I really learned everything I do now starting freshman year, and it's been 7 years, maybe. I don't know how long.
Well, freshman year.
No, 10 years, maybe. Close to 10, I think.
Yeah, because what? You graduated a year.
2017.
Yeah, you graduated a year before me.
So it was 4
So no,
years.
5. Dude, we've only been out of high school like 5 years. For me, it's 4 years. For you, it's 5.
I've been out of high school that long.
Yeah.
Jeez, I didn't even think.
I know
about
that.
it like that.
I literally thought about that the other
That's
fucking day.
crazy.
I know, it's crazy, dude. Like,
Okay, so it's been like 9 years in.
yeah, since you started.
Okay, yeah. It's been like 9 years since I started, really. So, that's when it really took off for me.
But I feel like I said, this is a reason why I had you on too, is because I feel like everyone as kids, especially dudes, dream about like skating's just a thing. Like when you're younger, I feel like I remember I was like big into downhill longboarding when I was younger. Like
That's gnarly.
Yeah, that was like a huge thing. Just fucking go bomb hills and do that and like try and skate. But like I feel like that's such a child like hood thing. But like. And so many kids dream of like skating as like they're older, like I even have homies that don't skate like at all, like it's at any level that you do, but like they still love to skate because it's like, I don't know, I feel like skating just has that.
There's a freedom to
that freedom, that like energy. I like, if you want to say quote unquote hype, like I'm a skater, like everyone like fucking wants or wanted to be a skater, and like I think it's fucking dope, even though it's been 9 years or whatever since you first like basically picked up a board and like really took it seriously. Like, even though it's only been I mean, technically only, but 9 years, like, for when you first picked up a board to, like, what you're doing now, like, is a crazy amount of growth, is a crazy amount of, like, just progress in, like, what you've done, like, in the skate community and, like, the people that you've met and that you hang out with or that you work with. Like, it's crazy because, like, for me as, like, a kid, and, like, I know a lot of you guys that are listening, that are watching this, like, will understand this because I feel like how could you have not watched when you were younger? Like, Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, Robin Big, like, you know, they always had, like, the skaters on those shows, like, and, like, they were always at the barracks, like, there was always, you know, fucking just, that was so involved in that show, and, like, it was, like, always so crazy for me to watch, and it was, like, such an inspiring show, and, like, it was one of my favorite shows growing up, and, like, I, like, wanted to jump into this, like, right away, because I think it's just, like, incredible. I think it's fucking insanely awesome, and it's, like, I feel like I'm vicariously living a childhood dream through you, that, like, you've been able to not only skate at the barracks, but, like, you're on their channel. Like, I Googled you before you got here. Don't you fucking worry. And, like, one of the main things that comes up is, like, who was Ray Corey? By the barracks. Like, you know, like, it's just so crazy that, like, you're involved with, like, Steve Barra, who was, like, a name that, like, I grew up watching and, like, so involved with because of, like, shows like Robin Big and Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, and, like, you're fucking there. Like, you're doing that. You're in that facility, and, like, you're in that world. Like, that's just, like, I just want to give you huge props because that's fucking so dope. Like, that's something, like, you know, I dreamed of as a kid, to, like, meet those people or be involved, like, in some way, just because they were such an influence for me, and, like, as you are just a kid. But freshman year, we're gonna take this story back before we get, you know, into some of the accolades and the accomplishments of Mr. Professional Skater Ray Corey here, big famous guy, big famous guy. Yes, you are. I don't give a shit. He's too humble. God damn it. Freshman year is when you really started skating, in a sense. Like, took it seriously.
Yeah, that's where I really, like, started to grow. That's where I started to really, like, you know, figure it out and, like,
and what made you flip that switch? That you were like, okay, I'm going to start to take this, like, a bit more seriously rather than just...
That's a good question. I don't know. So, you know...
Was it an interest thing, like a childhood passion thing that you're like, oh, maybe I could actually do this?
So nowadays, you know, knowing that I'm in this industry, I'm doing things in skateboarding. You know, I'm kind of going somewhere in skateboarding. What?
God, kind of going somewhere.
I'm kind of, you know, I'm just...
Oh, my God. I'm going to kill this guy. Continue, you humble bastard.
Try me. I know martial arts, so careful.
Whoa! I got a frog hat on. Don't fuck with me.
But no, like, so now that I'm in this industry and doing these things that I do, then my mom, you know, she's going through pictures, and, like, now that, like, I'm up there, she's really, like, noticing more things, like, you know, kindergarten pictures of me doing, like, holding things that resemble skateboarding. Or, like, me, there's a video she has as maybe pre-K or kindergarten, I don't know, it's some, like, presentation thing that was, like, presented to the whole, like, school or to the parents or whatever. And I think I said I wanted to be a skater. I don't know, like, I don't remember. I think it was like, I wanted to be a professional skateboarder, and, like, I had a board or whatever. But, and so, like, she recognized, you know, she realizes things like that, but I didn't think anything of it until now. But so, because, like, I rolled around on a board until freshman year. That's when I really learned how to kickflip, because I never, like, went to the skate park. Like, I never, you know, I actually really never did. It was very rare for me to go, because I didn't want to go alone.
That's wild to me.
So, like, I really started going, like, religiously starting freshman year, because, like, I met, you know, this one homie, but
that was, like, became your skate homie, and
became a skate homie.
That's
like,
your skate park buddy.
We connected because he skated, and then I went with him one day to the skate park to Vans Indoor, like down the block.
At the block.
That was like my second home. I was there every day.
Fire.
And I worked there.
I remember seeing videos of you all the time at Vans.
Yeah, good. That's the only place I really like to skate. Look at that.
Sorry, guys. We had to cut real quick. I had to plug the camera in. Okay, so I heard something while the camera was off that now I have to ask. Your girlfriend said that when you were younger, you made a skateboard out of a plank of wood?
No, I didn't make a skateboard. I just thought it was a skateboard. It was literally just a 2x4.
Oh, and you thought
No, it was longer than a 2x4. It's probably like this big. So I was maybe, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 4.
See, so I think I always had skating
I've had
in
skateboarding in me, but like, I never, Mom and Dad have sat down and had conversations like that with me to tell me these things.
Yeah, of course.
But like, when you're younger, you just think of it and you're like, you're just going to play with something.
I get that, but you've always been a skater. At heart.
Now I've seen. Yes. I know I've been, I've always loved skating. Like, I've been drawn to it, but it was just like, I never thought I was going to pursue it until I was like in high school. Or, that's when I really realized I could pursue it.
So that's where we were.
Yeah.
We were freshman year.
But let me finish this story.
Finish.
So it was my parents were on some mission trip. I went with them because I was still like a little kid. I think 3, maybe. I'll just say that. I think it was in like New Hampshire or something. I don't know where it was, but it was some missions trip, and I found like a piece of wood. It was probably like this big, and the whole time there, I was standing on it like a skateboard and thought I was doing tricks on it, and I made my mom and dad pack it in their suitcase and fly home with it because I thought it was my skateboard. So like
that quite possibly might be the cutest shit I've ever heard in my life.
So yeah,
you made your parents pack a 2x4 because it was your skateboard.
Yeah, I think it was a 2x4. I don't know. Maybe it was, but yeah. My girlfriend Skylar reminded me about that story.
Yes, so that's what we heard while the camera cut, and we had to bring that up because I feel like that's those little things I feel like are crucial. Like
it is, yeah.
Hints and like precursors as you're a kid, like when you are where you are now to realize like even though you tried a million different things, like you kind of always subconsciously knew that skating was your thing.
Mainly Rocket Power. That was probably the reason. That was the one reason. You know that show?
Rocket Power. Is it
Rocket Power? It's a cartoon like on Nickelodeon. It was like the group was like 4 kids, and they biked, rollerbladed, played roller hockey in the street.
I don't think I've ever seen that
They
show.
skateboarded, they surfed. That was the best show. That was my show. That my first like skateboard was a Rocket Power skateboard. And then there's this one kid, I think it's the kid's named Sam. He always had like a shark helmet. And then one of my helmets was that show. Yeah, that shark helmet. I had a shark helmet.
Yeah, the Rugrat looking guys.
Yeah, the Rugrat looking guys.
Yes, okay.
Yes, that was that.
I know what show you're talking about. I don't know if I ever watched it, but I definitely had seen that on Nickelodeon many times.
Yes, that was my show.
That was your show.
I loved it.
We love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that brings up. I tried hockey. I tried too.
God, you've tried everything.
Sure.
Sure.
I tried a lot of things.
You tried it, which is good. I always encourage people to do that. It's like you need to try as many things as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Especially when you're younger, or even like a lot of people are still doing it like at our age,
They're still figuring it out.
Yeah, still figuring out. And like you got to try this or this or this or that and like A through Z to like figure out what the fuck you want to do. And like what you like and what you don't like is like
exactly.
If you don't try all these things, like that's what I preach all the time. Is like if you try something and then like it doesn't work out, like cool, it doesn't work out. Like move on to the next, and same thing with the next. If it doesn't, that's cool, and like you'll find your thing. Like eventually,
yeah. That's life. It's a journey. You don't even know I'm figured out what I want to do, and I'm still doing it. There's still a whole bunch of things I'm figuring out and I still want to do.
Absolutely.
I want to branch into other things, and it's a whole process.
Save that.
I will.
Save that.
I'm not getting into it.
Okay, cool. I was going to say, save that because I'm going to dive into that.
There's still a lot more. There's still more.
Yeah, I'm going to dive into that.
I'm just saying, like, in general, like, just adding on to that. Like, even though I figured out what I want to do, I'm still trying to figure out
Absolutely.
what I want to do. You know,
You said it perfectly. Like, even though I know what I want to do and like I'm doing what I want to do, I'm still figuring out like what I want to do.
like
Totally.
the overall of what I want to do.
Absolutely.
But
So freshman
year,
when you really started,
yes.
learn how to kickflip, learn like the kind of like I don't know, is kickflip like a basic of skateboarding? Is that like kind of like the first besides an ollie?
Yeah,
like,
that's like what you would generally learn. Like that's gonna be the first flip trick you learn, but I didn't. That wasn't the first flip trick I ever learned. I learned how to do a barrel flip before I learned how to do a kickflip.
You're sick.
Because it just accidentally happened, and I was like, oh, I'll just do that instead. Because the kickflip is honestly one of the hardest flip tricks you possibly ever could learn.
Is she shaking her head because that you're trying to get her to skate now?
I'm not trying to get her to skate. She likes skate. She loves skating. Like, we could get into that story too.
Yeah.
We could get into about a little bit of us too, and her skating too. But she loves skating. I never had any influence like on her getting her to skate. Like she skated before I knew her. So it's
damn.
Yeah. And then
damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so we're gonna dive into that really quick. For those of you who are listening, for those of you who are watching, she's not on camera, but Ray's girlfriend is here. Just say your name, introduce yourself, because everyone will be able to hear you.
Hi, I'm Skylar.
Yeah. That's Skylar, Ray's girlfriend. You guys have been together 3 years?
Yeah, a little over 3 years now. That's last month. It was 3 years, yeah.
That's incredible. Congratulations, 3 years.
Thank you.
That's a long time. That's a huge mark. And I just have to say that obviously I follow you on social.
Yes.
So you guys are like the cutest fucking couple ever.
Thank you.
Yes, seriously. Fucking goals. But that's super, super, super cool that she skated or like had the interest or was like into skating before you guys even started dating. And like I feel like that is that element or that aspect of like your person or your significant other like being interested in what you do is such a crucial and like promotive, if you want to say, aspect for like the relationship to like grow and continue and like everything, because like that is so amazing that you guys can share that like common passion. And like I think that's just such a cool thing for you guys to connect over, especially like you being a skateboarder, that like your girlfriend is into skating and like
the thing is,
genuinely loves it too. Like that's incredible.
And like because there's those couples, I'm not talking down or bad about anyone. I'm just saying, like, I've seen people like try to get their significant other to do something that they love.
Absolutely.
And I see, and it works, it probably works sometimes, but like just with us, like her already having an interest, like, cause there's a show, King of the Road. Like, if you aren't really a skater, you don't know what that show is,
Yeah.
Thrasher puts it on. It's a whole tour. They pick like 3 or 4 teams, like skateboard teams. And they all go on tour for like 14 days, and it's a gnarly show. But it was amazing. I don't think they do it anymore, but it was one of the best, like,
Was it like a web show?
Yeah, they put it on Vice. It used to be on Vice.
Oh,
and
sick.
It was like weekly thing, and like they'd be gone for 14 days, and they'd have a book from Thrasher, and it'd be like gnarly challenges. Like it's a scavenger hunt kind of thing, and like
dope.
The team gets like 10 grand who wins like a cover on Thrasher. But like,
oh, what the fuck?
And
That's
if you're
sick.
not a skater,
you don't know.
You don't really know what it is. I mean, people that are watching this, if you do know, cool. But like, I'm just saying, like, cool. It's one of those things you generally won't probably know unless you skate. But she like loved that show, and like we talked about it, and I was like shocked that she even knew what it was. And I was just like, wow, that's different. And, like,
for
that
sure.
Sick.
You're like, how do you know what this is?
And so her loving skating and knowing what it's about, it really helps with our relationship because she knows like kind of how the industry is, and she she's a big supporter. Well, besides mom and dad, but
God,
she really is, and she's really the best at that.
Man.
So
for those of you who are listening and can't see my face, I'm just hella smiling right now
because
That's amazing. Oh, they just air kissed each other. God damn, that's so fucking cute. God damn it. Okay, we're gonna.
Back to freshman.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We're like, I'm taking all these fucking detours and shit.
I mean, we haven't seen each other for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
so
literally.
there's
it's
a
like,
lot.
Yeah, right. There's like a lot to
this.
fucking catch up on.
Yeah, this could be like a 15-part series.
Yeah, I know, right? So like episode 4, 5, and 6 is all gonna be on Ray. We're gonna have an episode for every year that we haven't seen each other.
Jeez.
So okay, so we're gonna freshman year, and then obviously it's like
we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see where it goes. And then obviously you pick it up, you continue. You're like you learn a varial flip, you learn kick flip, like you learn these things. What would you say, like, year wise, or I'd probably say like year wise, like was the moment for you that you're like, okay, like this shit is actually getting real, like I'm not just skating, like I can do something? Was it like someone contacted you? Was it a viral video? Was it what was that moment for you where you're like skating became more of a reality for you to do with your life than just like the I want to skate?
It was after I graduated high school.
Okay.
Nothing happened really in high school to where I was like, oh, this is it. I just knew, I was told by people, like a lot of my close friends, that I was different than really anyone else trying to skate. They all thought this was coming natural for me and like noticed something in it, obviously
you had like a natural talent for it.
Yes. So like once more people started realizing that and telling me that, that's when I kind of was thinking like, okay, I'm just going to, I'll keep trying and see what I can do with it. And luckily, my parents, biggest supporters, they backed it 100%. They, anytime I need to go to the skate park, anything, they take me, drop me off, give me boards if I need it, But that was also, they're also a big reason I tried everything because they encouraged you. They gave me the freedom to really do whatever I wanted to do. And, so with that was a big help because I know people that they had to stick to one thing. They couldn't try anything else because, their family wanted them this certain way. Or like they wanted them to do this.
Absolutely. Dude.
And so I just, was blessed enough to be able to do that. So that really like just made me not stress about it. And I think not stressing really helped me figure out that that's what I wanted to do.
Of course. Having, like you said, the freedom and like the support system.
That's what really keeps it going.
So crucial. Like,
yeah.
It's fucking so crucial. Like we had like a very similar like conversation in the very first episode of like that, of like when you don't have the support system and like you feel like you're disappointing your friends or like your parents, like especially is like, I feel like that's such a hard thing to deal with. And like a lot of kids don't, and to say kids again, we're not kids, but like, yeah, a lot of like young adults or even kids, like when you're getting started, like don't have that support system. And like you said, don't have the freedom to try a million different things. Like it is very much like one thing and you got to stick to that. And like, I wish that wasn't a thing as like that parents do, just because I feel like if you make your kids stick to one thing and not try a bunch of things because that's what you want them to do, like you're going to cause so much resentment from your kid. For me personally, that's just like was never me. Like I could never be that, you need to do this one route type thing. And like, if you don't do this, then you can't do anything at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just like, I don't want to get too heavy into it because like it can be an emotion.
That could be
a long talk and an emotional topic.
That's one episode. Right there.
Fuck. That is literally
that's one
a whole
episode.
Facts. That would be like a therapy session more than an episode.
Yeah.
More for me.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back into the meat. We're gonna go back into the fucking skateboarding.
Oh yeah.
Fucking shit. That plane, sick. You hear that? That's what I love about
I
this
do
house.
hear it.
That's what I love about this house, low key, is that like
It's just active.
Yeah,
it's not active, but you can, there's
but
some things.
There's
happening.
life. There's life
Yeah.
that like you can hear and shit.
Yeah, I don't like if something's too quiet, but
Exactly. Yeah. Then it's
but like I just
it's
can't
too
do
weird.
it. I couldn't live in LA. It's too much for me. But like
Nope.
that's why I choose.
Tried it.
I would
Hated
do
it.
OC.
Yeah.
I know you did.
Hated it.
Yeah.
Hated everything about it. LA is not.
I never
not for
even
me.
saw you there. I think we talked about me coming over, but like when you were
It's
in
a
LA,
mob.
but like
though. It's a mob.
it is a mob. But sadly, I'm there like multiple times a week.
Exactly. Oh, I'm sure. Fuck. There's probably so many dank skate spots in fucking LA.
That's the thing. If you skate, you pretty much got to be in LA. But I'm not doing that. You don't need to live in LA, but like, it's your choice to like drive up there, and that's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna drive up there. I don't want to live there.
Totally.
But LA is the scene for skateboarding.
Oh, of course.
Here.
Oh my god.
That's literally why everyone moves from across the country to come here, because they'll go live in LA
to skate.
Yeah, because
I
LA
feel like
is where everything
iconic,
is.
like, skate
Yeah.
spots.
So that's a whole nother story too.
For sure.
Whole just another topic, really.
Yeah. Well, I want to dive into that a little bit.
Yeah,
but
we will.
We're gonna progress the story forward here of Ray. So
Where were we?
we're past freshman year now.
Yeah.
You graduated,
Yes.
and that's when you said things.
Yeah, well, because junior year I actually left Orange Lutheran, like for a year.
You went to Canton?
No, I did like a homeschool thing. It was
shit.
My homie Rory, who did motocross and supercross. He started going to that school. Like he stopped going to like normal high school, and he went there because he always had to like travel for races and stuff. And you probably know Rory Dodson.
Name sounds so familiar.
Yeah, well, he rides motocross and everything, and he went to this school in Tustin. It's like literally an office building.
Sick.
And like my parents, I wanted to do it because I thought it would give me more time to skate. It did, it really did, but it was just still school,
School. It doesn't matter where you're at or what building it is.
School is school. But I never really did any piece of work. I don't think I did like one thing of work, and it's a school that really just they passed me.
Yeah.
It
was just kind of
well,
like
kids stay in school. Don't go there.
Kind of like a placement thing.
Yeah, it was just weird. It was weird. It was school, but it didn't feel right.
Yeah.
And so I didn't like it, and I just went back to OLU and graduated with everyone.
Oh, dope.
Like senior year.
Fire.
Because and luckily, I'm glad I did. That I got closer to all my friends now. And if I didn't go to senior year, I probably wouldn't be, homies with them like I am now.
Oh, no, not at all.
So,
senior year is like a crucial, because senior year is totally just
where everyone I feel like is mature
seniors.
enough, they're mature enough to get past all the high school drama and just try and be cool.
For sure. It's just, because it's like you're
about to be done.
Yeah, you're about to be done.
So yeah, I came back, went to, senior, went
Graduated
back to OLU.
Your senior year.
Yeah. And then
after that,
tried college.
Oh,
Tried 3 times, dropped out, all 3 times, but because it wasn't for me.
I went to music college and it wasn't for me.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking producer. I went to music school and it wasn't for me. So it's like I get school is just not for everybody.
No. So I just dropped out 3 times, didn't go, and I think it was 2019 when I really felt like something was starting to happen.
Okay.
Because I was just working, like when I dropped out, I just decided to work, so I just worked at Active or Vans Indoor for a little bit, but other than that, I didn't really do anything besides skate. And then because I didn't really have any real sponsors until 2019.
Okay. 2019. Working at Active, working at Vans, skating.
Yeah, skating.
I feel like I said, I'm totally not in the skate world, but I feel like sponsors are like a huge.
Yeah, that's
I feel like that's the thing.
That's the goal. When you're younger, the goal is to be like, oh, I want to be sponsored. That's the goal.
For sure.
Well, the main goal and dream is to be pro.
Of course.
Have your name on a board. That's what it means to be pro. You have your own graphics on the bottom of a skateboard.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. So to be like, you're a professional
and you get
skater.
paid. You obviously, get paid then.
For
but
sure.
It's not about the money in the end. Like, if you want to be a pro skater, the main thing you care about is getting your own pro graphic with your name on a board. And,
Interesting. I didn't know that was like the benchmark for pro.
Yeah.
I thought it was like you had to win.
Because, like in basketball, you play in college, but if you're a pro, you're in NBA.
Yeah.
That's
like the NBA of skating.
Yeah, because, having your own name on a board.
Sick.
Because, you get a Tony Hawk board, it says Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
I just said that name because everyone knows Tony Hawk.
For sure.
But you get a Tony Hawk board, it says Tony Hawk. It's because he's pro, and, he's Tony Hawk. But him having his name on the board is, that means he's pro. That's his own model. Because, when you're pro, you can choose your own shape, how the board, feels, how it's shaped, and then you choose your graphics, or your company that you ride for, choose your graphics. So
Fire. I had no idea that
there's a whole lot about the industry that
the benchmark of being pro.
Yeah, that most people don't know.
So you brought up Tony Hawk. Did you have like an inspiration
when I was younger?
Yeah, or like say freshman year when you like really started skating, or even younger. Like did you have like an inspiration skater that you were like,
yes,
this fucking guy, or like who was that?
Obviously, when I was younger, it was Tony Hawk, just because
he's Tony Hawk.
Yeah, and I got my hands on like DVDs of Tony Hawk videos.
Okay.
And because it was Tony Hawk, and I never was really like on, the computer looking at Thrasher videos, skate videos, And also, I don't even know when the internet came around, so I couldn't tell you. Because I was younger, really young, so it probably wasn't around like how it is, obviously now, but. Yeah, that was a pretty dumb thing to say. I didn't think about that one. But, okay, I don't think there's internet. But anyways.
The internet was definitely around, dude.
Internet
came around in when? 98. Yeah.
98? Okay, well, I was born 98, so there is a little bit of it. I'll say there's a little bit of internet.
Yeah, but like you weren't old enough to operate the internet until you were fucking 7?
I don't know. Hey, I'm new to this. Leave me be. I try a lot of things, just not the internet.
Yeah. Okay. Inspiration skater.
Tony Hawk. When I was younger.
Okay.
When I didn't really try to skate. Like when I wasn't really skating, it was Tony Hawk.
Okay. I feel like that's like
I mean, mostly everybody.
Yeah. He's just such an icon.
But freshman year, it wasn't really too many because I still didn't really know that much about or know that many, pro skaters' names. I think it was like sophomore year, maybe the transition from freshman to sophomore year, but it was sophomore year. There's this one video. I remember me, Kyle Britt, Cade, all those fools sitting outside of Olu at the lunch tables waiting for this one skate video to drop. And when it did, I think I skipped that next period to watch the video. Like I think we all like stayed at lunch and even were late to the next period to finish the whole video because we all been waiting for it. We just sat outside. It was called Plan Be True, and there's this one guy, this one skater in the video. He wasn't even pro yet. He was just being introduced onto the team. No one knew he rode for Plan B. His name is Chris Jocelyn.
Yeah, Chris Jocelyn.
Yeah, and he became a huge inspiration for me and like one of my favorite skaters of all time, like one of my idols because of how he skated. That's like, he has a big influence on how I skate now.
Gotcha.
But funny thing, he's one of my super close friends now.
See?
But we can get into that later. But I would say when I started learning, he was really a big inspiration for me and how I skate just because of that one video.
Style-wise and like...
Style-wise, his aggressiveness, how he, the big gaps, the drops, the stairs. That's,
yeah, you pop up on my For You page on TikTok quite often.
And if you click right here, you can see the video. It's going to pop up on this banner. Boom. Oh, there's a video. I'm just kidding.
I mean, fuck, I can do that.
All right. I don't know.
Hey, but I've...
YouTube.
Yeah. Well, we'll just Roll the clip. No, like I was saying, dude, I've seen you pop up on my For You page like a bunch, and some of the fucking gaps that you do are sickening. Like, it's, yeah, I don't really have any word for it. It's just like really, really gnarly to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what drew me to it.
Was like the level of sketchiness.
Rush, and just the feeling, because rails are cool, but rails are cool. Ledges and stuff are super cool. I'm trying to get better at all that right now, but
gaps.
The thing about gaps and stairs, it's you keep, you're falling down, I don't know, I'll just say a 12 stair. You're falling down 12 stairs over and over again and over again. And it's about the feeling of landing it finally and rolling away, because you got to go fast. So it's about the feeling of rolling away and landing it.
You're like, damn, I just did that.
And the feeling of it, that I think that's what really kind of drew me to it, because there's nothing like that. The feeling on rails are super cool too, but there's just something that, to me, that, comes with gap skating and jumping down stairs. That's what
it's a feeling. Yeah. It's a feeling that you chase.
It's a feeling, and I just love the way it looks.
I concur. I love how it looks. It's fucking gnarly to watch.
So that Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson had a huge inspiration on me for that.
Okay.
And
so it was Tony Hawk.
I don't like talking like that because it's my friend. And
yeah,
so
but it's like you gotta understand
I've
too.
Never
a lot
told
of
him that.
A lot of the people will.
Yeah, I've never told him that. So if he's watching this,
shout out to you, Chris. I don't know you personally, but you're crazy, and you're a really, really gnarly skater and a fucking legend, honestly. He said,
nah, just kidding.
He said, dude, yeah, wow, that's fucking, that's crazy. So. I love that like he was an inspiration to you, and now like he's your fucking homie.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's just beautiful how the world works that way. But okay, we're gonna continue this timeline here. So graduated, watched that video, inspired by Chris Jocelyn was like one of your big inspirations.
There's obviously a lot more.
Yeah, there's a lot more, but that would be like
it's evolved over the years of
Of course, I'm sure you take like bits and pieces of.
There's just something about Chris that really it was the way he skated these gaps and stairs. That's really kind of what drew me to how I skate and what I mostly like to skate. I'll just say that, short and simple. Like how Chris skated is what drew me to like what I want to skate now.
Fire. I love that. Inspiration, Chris Jocelyn. When did you get your first sponsor, and who was it?
So, okay, I skated for little board shops, little skate shops around OC.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I think it was a little bit even before I graduated. I skated for Pharmacy and I'm Hills a little bit, and then I went from Pharmacy to Active Ride Shop, and then, I'll stop there because I go somewhere else after it, but it's not, according to the timeline that you're on, it's not my first. So my first like real sponsor that makes, is Powell Peralta.
Gotcha.
Like the board company.
Yeah.
Stacy Peralta, those, it's been around.
It's going to say it's a pretty premier brand in the skate world for sure. I even know who.
Stacy Peralta, he was part of the, Z Boys and all that, Lords of Dogtown, and I met him. He's the coolest dude ever, and
fucking so sick.
Because I did a commercial with like him that he was putting on. It never aired, but I did it. So I spent 2 days with him, and he was just the coolest dude ever, and one of the nicest, most down to earth, and the style he skated when he was younger is nothing compared to how skateboarding is now, and so they built their own rail and stairs to skate, and he it started to rain, but so we were trying to get it dry, and we were just testing it out, and he just came and sat and watched us warm up on it and just skate it for fun while we were waiting to restart shooting for the commercial. And it was a trip having him come up and be like, what was that? Like, that was crazy.
Totally.
And just hearing that from,
A legend.
Stacy Peralta, yeah, a
fucking legend.
You know, it was wild, and he was just the coolest dude.
That makes me happy to hear that, like, he's actually a cool ass dude.
He is. He's one of the best.
Just
dudes.
genuine.
Yeah, he's just a genuine human being. You know.
He's a skater.
He is.
He's a fucking skater, dude.
And it's crazy that I ride for his team.
That is nuts. And especially because of the Lords of Dogtown thing, which I'm sure for those of you who are watching and those of you who are listening, if you haven't seen Lords of Dogtown, you're doing something wrong with your life. And if you do, yes, we are talking, as he said, about Stacy Peralta from
Lords of Dogtown.
Lords of Dogtown, the Stacy Peralta. So, first, like real sponsor
was Powell Peralta,
yes.
yeah.
And then you're sponsored by them.
Yeah, the way I got sponsored by them was I was just at Vans Indoor, at the block, and the TM DeVille, he would go there to skate every Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And I just happened, to be there. Well, I didn't just happen. I'm there every day. Yeah. So that made no sense. But, yeah, I was literally there every day. I worked there, too. I was working, and then, I checked him in, and then didn't think anything of it. He just went and skated. And then I clocked out, and then just started to skate right after. And then I was doing this one trick down the nine rail there at the Vans Park. And once I landed it, I, went outside or something to go get a water. And then I came back in, and he came up to me, and he was just like, that was a sick trick. Like, who do you ride for? And I told him, I was like, at the time, I rode for Active Ride Shop, and that was it.
Yeah.
Just Active Orange, if you're from OC, you know
exactly what Active we're talking about.
If you skate, you don't skate, you still probably shop there. But, so I told him that, and he was like, okay, cool. Like, here's my email, send me some footage. And I sent him footage. Didn't hear from him for, I think it was a week. And then he just messaged me one morning on Instagram. He was just like, hey, here's an address, pull up today. And it was sent me to LA somewhere, I forgot where. So I met up with him that day, and then he just gave me a board to set up because I was riding a Chris Jocelyn board that Chris gave me because I broke one, and he was just like, here, I have a spare board if you need it. So he gave me one. So I was skating that board. And then it was the first day I skated it too. And then I showed up, and DeVille was just like, oh, here's a board, put this on. And it was a Powell board. And then I went out and filmed with them a little bit that day. And then the rest is history. I'm still riding for them. I'm AM for them. I've gone on a trip with them, and,
You're part of the team now.
Yeah, I'm on the team now. And I've been on for 2 years now.
So
a little over that.
Did the Powell Peralta sponsor give you access to the barracks?
No. Well, okay, a little bit, maybe, because I know one day the whole team went there to skate because we had to do some video.
Gotcha.
Them. But that wasn't when I got access to it, how I have it now. But so that comes a little bit later.
Okay.
But, so, after Powell Peralta, skating with them for a long time, then we were out filming one day. We went to Hollywood High.
Okay.
And
isn't there an infamous staircase there?
12 stair and a 16.
See? Okay, I'm a little bit educated. I'm a little bit educated.
A little bit. But that's if someone, is just kind of a little bit into skating, they probably know of Hollywood High. So that, it's very, very famous.
Yeah, totally. That's a fucking huge staircase.
Yeah, it's one of those spots that it's very hard to do a trick that no one else has done.
Mm-hmm.
But one day we were there. I wasn't planning on it. I didn't skate the 16, but I skated the 12. I was just having fun, and I decided to do a dolphin flip down the 12 stair, and no one does that trick off stairs. So you're like,
fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I figured it out, and I just started doing them. And so that day I decided to do it down Hollywood High, the 12 though, and I did it, and I posted it on Instagram, and then it just went viral.
Do you have that clip?
Yeah, I have that clip. I'll send it to you.
Yes.
and the barracks posted it, and then that helped out a lot, but that still wasn't like when I got the access, or like, where I am now with them. But after that clip, this shop Brooklyn Projects in LA on Melrose, they just randomly posted that clip too, and it's a very well known skate shop, not even just for skating, but like just the culture.
Yeah, totally.
The
streetwear
culture, the LA culture.
Totally.
Everyone, probably knows about Brooklyn Projects, or at least heard the name.
Yeah.
And they just posted it randomly, so I was like, oh, whoa, that's wild. And then they just posted it. I didn't even ride for them. I didn't even know them. I've never even been to the shop at that point. And after they posted it, I think they followed me or whatever, and then they just started posting. They posted another clip of me one time, other time, and then I just saw a board they had on their Instagram, and I just thought that was sick. So I was like, oh, that board's sick. Like, do you think you could put one aside? I'll come in this week to buy it. So and then I went in there. I met the owner, and he just hooked me up with the board. He didn't make me pay for it, and his name's Dom. Literally, helped me out,
a bunch.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
He takes care of me. He's one of the best dudes ever. And he asked me if I wanted to ride for the shop. And so then that's when that night I called Active, or I called, my manager, and I was like, hey, listen, like I have this opportunity. I gotta ride for this shop. And he was like, dude, go for it. Like, it's all good.
Totally.
So that night or that day after, I texted Dom, and I was like, I'm in. Like, I'm down to ride. And so that was, a huge step for me, because Dom is just the most generous dude ever. The most, like, he just wants to help, you know?
Totally.
And he gives me everything I need. Like, if I, need something, he helps me out. And I, very, very blessed to have met him and met DeVille, and, having these two in my corner is very helpful. And, like, I wouldn't want to really be with anyone else.
It's all about the support system, dude.
Yeah, because, like, they back me, like crazy. So that is, like, my second sponsor. I guess really second real sponsor that, like, is helping me out, like,
Yeah, in your
like
skate
crazy.
career.
Yeah.
So,
But pharmacy and Active, I loved those
for
shops
sure
too, because it was like my first sponsors when
Yeah.
I'm younger, and it was awesome. It was amazing. I still, am very, very close with all those people, and I love.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Oh,
them.
sure.
They help build me as a person.
Oh,
and,
of course.
Help me, stay straight on a path, not go down a bad path, like to where I'm just gonna mess everything up.
For
no
sure.
partying, like nothing.
Be a hood
And,
rat.
like, yeah, they they were older dudes on pharmacy, and he's one of my best friends, Dylan. He's like an older brother to me, and he really like kept my head on straight and like really just pushed me. He was like, if you want to do this, this is what you got to do, like step by step. And he took me under his wing and like got me to push myself and like become the man I am, like in the skate community. Because without Dylan, I wouldn't have probably had this mindset that I do now.
Of course.
So,
mindset of what?
just this mindset of like, staying on the right path, just
Gotcha.
doing it for the love of skateboarding, and just
Because you're passionate about it.
yeah, and just showing me the right ways to do things,
Gotcha.
and no shortcuts, no like cheat ways. He just was like,
if you want to do this, this is how
you're gonna have to work your ass off, and this is what you gotta do. And he like just kind of like, you would put me in my place.
Gotcha.
A lot.
That's really important to have people in your life that like just
Yeah.
shoot it straight to you like that.
Yeah, and I was young. He was older than me, so I looked up to him.
Yeah, role model figure.
Yeah, and he really just kind of like would put me in my place if I needed it, or like he just kind of was like, all right, you're coming out with us, and you got to try this.
Yeah.
So
That
he was a big help too. But
Powell Peralta, Brooklyn Projects,
yes,
2 mains.
yeah,
I'm just super curious because, like how we said earlier in the podcast, where did you get involved in the barracks? Because, dude, just for me, like, the barracks is like a childhood iconic place for me because of the Fantasy Factory.
Yeah, because I remember that episode when Steve bought bought the like first barracks.
Yes,
I
like,
remember that episode. Yeah.
Same, and like, dude, it was just like the barracks was always just I associated with Fantasy Factory, and so where the fuck did you?
So, Instagram.
Dude, oh my god,
I hate social media more than anything, but yeah, it's very helpful.
It is, dude. I literally we said this on the second episode about social media, of like it's really like that simple. Like with social media now, like there is no like it's just such a shortcut to being able to do things and access things and meet people, and like someone that just doesn't know you or is way bigger than you or like whatever can just DM you and be like, yeah,
exactly.
Hey, want to come do this, or hey, we want to work with you, or whatever. It's like it's really not more complicated than that.
Yeah.
Like, which I think is it's like you said, I hate social media too. I really fucking do. Like, if I didn't have to have it, like, I wouldn't.
If I didn't skate, I wouldn't have it.
Exactly. Like, if I wasn't a fucking producer, I wouldn't have it. But like, it's such a crucial tool.
Sadly,
because it's like it's very toxic, but it's very helpful.
Yeah.
There's lots of pros and cons. But so what? Barracks?
So yeah, they just
DM'd you.
Well, they just kind of started like posting me here and there.
Okay.
And like kind of a good amount, and then they followed me or whatever. Like, you know, it took a little bit. You know, after like a certain amount of posts, then they like followed me or whatever. But I think it was a while after, like, I saw they posted a certain video of mine, and like it put like -SB, and if on the barracks, if it says, you know, -SB, that's Steve posting it. So he posted it and like wrote like, this is the most incredible thing I've seen all month. So I texted him because, you know, I had his number already.
Damn.
You know, but no, not like that. But, you know, I just had it. I had it if I needed it. It was just one of those. And this was, I think, the first time I've ever texted him. Or, like, I think he messaged me a long time ago because Dom and him had a conversation about something, and I needed his number to, like, confirm. I don't know. But, so I just was like, you know what? I'll just send him a thank you for saying that. So I texted him off of Instagram. I texted him just like, hey, man, like, I really appreciate, you know, you saying that. Like,
for sure.
Coming from you, that was amazing. So thank you. And then he like responded like, man, like no one's ever thanked me for, you know, a post on social media. Like, that's crazy. Like, you know, that's awesome. Like, if you ever need anything, let me know. So then, you know, he just gave me you know, a name to, you know, hit up if I ever wanted to skate the park. And then once, you know, that happened, then I just,
the door was open.
The rest is history. So like now, you know, I have that facility to work with. So.
Damn. That's so fucking sick.
Yeah, man. But that's how.
That's fucking. It's, I don't know. It's just crazy for me to hear that like one of my homies is skating at the fucking barracks, just because, like I said, it's just such a big part of my childhood. It
was mine too. So it was so like
it's gotta be,
it's very surreal that I can go there.
That's got to be a fucking crazy feeling.
It's
for
very like. Every time I go in there and turn on the lights to get in, you know, when I walk into the park,
like,
if I have to turn the lights on or turn them off, it's like crazy.
Like, I'm in the barracks right now.
Me and Skylar will go there whenever and just, you know, that's like,
I want to go.
You know, she'll go and like that's like the place she likes to learn. So because it's like, you know, you don't have to deal with a lot of people.
That's so cool for you. What the fuck that you get to learn at the barracks. Like, God, that's so sick. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's kind of how that like.
So that's how that came about.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of want to jump.
Social media.
Right. Fuck. Yeah. Exactly. Social media. It's like you love it, hate it, you need it. Like.
Yeah.
And like that's the shitty thing is like you need it, but it is what it is. I want to jump into something because I'm curious. Injuries. Like what? Like injuries or like gnarliest like crashes. Fuck, because like, dude, like what? There's that literally like a dedicated Instagram page, Hall of Meat. Yeah, Hall of Meat. That's like
I've never been on there,
but
luckily.
Like I know. Yeah, let's not jinx that. But I know, like anybody that skates, like you've had to probably had some gnarly spills.
Had to. Well, one. So I had one gnarly fall and then just one gnarly freak accident. So one gnarly fall I had, I shouldn't have even tried it, but because it was like within a year of me learning how to skate, freshman year, like learning how to really try and skate. There's a school in Tustin that has a 21 stair rail, and I think I knew
21
stair rail, like,
straight down.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna jump the stairs. I was trying to grind the rail. But this is 1 year after me figuring out skateboarding. I think it was like 1 year, 1.5, maybe 2 at most. But it was to the point I was at a level where I shouldn't have tried it. But my friend bet me a Slurpee hat from 7-Eleven, and I really want. All I had to do.
That's peer pressure at its finest.
All I had to do was touch my 2 trucks onto the rail, and I could jump off, and I would get the hat. So like
a Slurpee hat.
Yeah, it was just like a tie. I still have the hat. It was like a tie-dye 7-Eleven hat that said Slurpee, and that was it. And I don't know why. He was just like, I'll get it for you. I was like, all right, I'm down. So I tried to, hop on. I mean, the first time I touched my trucks to it, I got the hat, and then I was like, honestly, I think I could do this.
Then you got confident.
Yeah.
You thought you got confident.
I got on. I have the clip, so I'll send it to you if you want it.
Please.
I did it with a shirt off and a rally monkey hat on because I was like, oh, if I'm gonna do it, this is gonna be funny. I'm gonna wear a hat, a crazy one. So I wore the Angels like rally monkey hat with the hair. I wore that, no shirt, and everything. Tried to, but before that, I was like grinding it down, like 9-10 times, like making it down, but I just wasn't like I would just jump off.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is not too bad. And then just one attempt, right when I popped the board, I knew exactly what was about to happen. I knew it was not the pop I needed. And I was just like, all right, I'm just going to go for it still. And so I locked onto the rail, but my truck slipped and I ribbed it all the way down. And from like the 10th stair up, fell back straight to my head.
Oh my god.
I got up fine. I was going to do it again. But my friend's like, no, you hit your head, we're going to go get food. I went to the doctors. That was fine. No concussion, no nothing. But, so yeah, that was like the gnarly fall.
You could never pay me enough to try some shit like that.
It took a Slurpee hat. That's all it took. It's like $8 at 7-Eleven.
I want to see this fucking hat. Okay.
I'll send you a picture.
God
I'll send
damn
you
it. For a
picture
Slurpee hat? And
yeah, I was skateboarding. Because I was like, if I land this, it's going to be crazy for me.
Okay, so
21
stair rail for a Slurpee hat.
I never went back to do it.
Ate shit.
Yes. But that was just a fall. So
Okay.
the gnarly freak accident was...
This is the time you got injured in 19.
Yeah, 2019. I got hurt. I had to go to the hospital, and I was out for like a month.
Ow.
But that's because I tore a hole in my urethra. Full on. Yeah, Gage is shocked right now, but yes, that happened. And it was on a flat ground trick. Not even doing something crazy.
You popsicled yourself.
Yep.
Oh! That shit's real. That
Yes.
shit is like...
Yeah, it was a 1 in a million shot. It came up so fast, it hit me, and cause it'll hit you, and you're fine. But this time it hit me, and it hurt a little more than normal. But I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom because I felt like I had to go to the bathroom. So when I went to go to the bathroom this was at Vans, of course. I went to the bathroom. And I started to go pee, but it wasn't pee. It was just straight blood. And once it first started coming out, it didn't stop. So the bathroom, and it didn't stop flowing out. It was just, once it came, it was done. That was it. It just kept going. So I was bleeding out in the bathroom. It looked like someone died in there. Got murdered in there because there's just blood. And I was trying to stop it, running around, freaking out, not knowing what to do. Walked into Vans, ran out of the bathroom into the store, with my pants down, yelling for my manager or something to call the ambulance, and then they finally called, and I went back into the bathroom and just sat down on the floor waiting for the ambulance to come, just bleeding out, and then had to come, like, I got carried out on a stretcher, went to the hospital, was there for like 6-7 hours, maybe 8 hours. And the one thing I didn't want to happen was what happened to Johnny Knoxville, but it happened to me. Like, I had to have a catheter in for a whole month. And, they're doing tests, shooting dye up and putting things up there that shouldn't ever be up there. No painkillers, no meds, no nothing. I felt and saw everything. And then, they had to put the catheter up, and I had a bag strapped to my leg for a whole month. Yeah, and then after that, yeah, it's fine. But it's still like a lifelong injury, because if it ever collapses, I have to have surgery and then have a catheter surgically put in through my stomach if it collapses.
Holy
So
fuck.
that is my worst injury.
Dude, that's gnarly. Yeah. I'll knock on wood for that.
That's happened.
Holy I don't know if I was ready for that.
Yeah, that's
I
what happened.
I thought it was going to be a broken bone.
I don't know if that gets demonetized, but
Holy fuck, that's crazy. But you're good now.
Yeah.
So let's try to not popsicle ourselves again.
I already have again, and I've sacked a rail again, but multiple times after. But
Dude,
it's just
I don't know what it is, but like, dude, people say that, football players or rugby players or whatever, like the toughest people, or at UFC, dude, I would beg to differ that fucking skateboarders are like a different breed when it comes to injury and like the spills that you guys take. It's like some of the videos that I've seen of like the falls that people take and then just like get up.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
A lot of
I just
it
don't
is the
understand how that's
adrenaline.
physically possible.
A lot of it's the adrenaline. Some injuries you just don't feel until a little bit after. Yeah, like you could break something and it could be broken, but you might not feel it for a little bit. And then until like if you look at it or something, then that's when it starts to wear off and you're like, "Oh no." But it's just, the adrenaline, it kind of like kicks in, and then you don't really feel much like at that very moment. But then next day you're done, so you're like, that's it. It's game over, because the next day you feel everything.
I'm like fucking mind blown right now. That was totally not the answer I was expecting. Holy shit. Well, on that fucking bombshell, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. Well, we're going to fucking mosey on towards the end of the epi here.
There's still
end of the episode
so
here.
much more to talk about.
Oh, I know. We could literally do a fucking whole nother episode, or else like this would be a 3-hour Joe Rogan fucking length episode. But yeah, we're gonna kind of like.
You can always come back. So.
Hey, you guys are welcome anytime. Doors always open. Well,
I need a
not
key.
really, but yeah, I was gonna say like.
Just give me a key.
Hey, I got my ring, so you just get a fucking ring, and I can see your face, and I can talk to you and shit. But yeah, so we're gonna kind of wrap up here. I wanted to ask, like, kind of a one life advice question to you. One life advice to maybe someone that has listened to the show or is watching and didn't know you and now knows you, or maybe your fans, your followers, people who are maybe young skaters or anything that aspire, to you, to look up to you and everything that you've done and everything that you've accomplished. What would be like, a one life advice, a statement, a quote, something that you live by, that you love, that's something that really resonates, with you?
Well, a quote that I love is one that Kid Cudi said. He said, "If you can't do what you imagine, what's imagination to you?" So, what I get from that is like, if you, have dreams that, you want to pursue and you want to do, and if you don't try to do anything about it, you're not going to be able to, accomplish it. So what I say is just take risks, and just try
it
and give it your all. You don't have to stick with it if you don't like it. Just try it. Give it a chance. I tried a ton of things when I was younger, and finally found it freshman year. Still maybe even senior year.
For sure, but you're still, you found it, but you're still in the process of
Yeah, I mean, I still have
so much you want to do.
I mean, there's still stuff I don't even know what I want to do.
Of course,
like I don't.
But that's
the
beauty of it.
Yeah, it's like I know what I want to do, but I don't know what I want to do.
It's like you're using, and to say based off that quote, like your imagination per se of like
put it to
imagining,
use.
imagining what you want to do, imagining like what your future in the skate world can look like, and like I don't mean to interrupt, but that's also something that I want to ask you is like, what does the future look like for you?
I mean, go pro.
Okay.
So
you're pro in my eyes.
Okay, Engage's eyes, and Skylar's eyes, but I'm not. I'm not pro.
According to the standard
like
that we found out
I'm not
earlier.
Pro, but accomplish that. I want to accomplish that goal. So, future looks like getting my name on a board, and I do YouTube now. I've been doing it for like 4 months.
There we go. Well, I'll put the link here in the description so you guys can go and subscribe to his channel.
And what my YouTube is, it's kind of like I wouldn't say day in the life. I wouldn't even consider that. It's just sessions.
Gotcha.
Me, my friends skating. They'll, I never know who's going to be in the video.
Totally.
Like Chris Jostens in some of the videos, you know, and what I like to pursue or show in my videos is the true self of everyone.
I love that.
It's all raw footage. There's no music. There's no editing and like effects. It's just
real.
All raw footage. It shows everyone's true personalities. Like, obviously, I'll trim and cut some things, but I keep it 100% raw. I don't, make it,
some cinematic experience, like.
Yeah, and I don't make it look like something it's not.
Totally.
Like if I was filming a video, I would use us three sitting here and put it in.
Yeah.
If we were just talking, I'd put it in.
Totally. But that's a crucial thing for people to see and for people to realize, and like especially as like you progress and like you continue to YouTube and as you grow career wise and get bigger and go pro, like that you keep the realness and the rawness of that, because like I feel like it's important for people to understand that figures or people that are maybe in the world or the realm that they like, they're just regular people. Like you guys are just regular people.
We're just
like
playing with a piece of wood.
Yeah, like it's like
or grown-ups playing with a piece of wood.
Like in all reality, like it is that, like at its simplest, and like that's the beauty of it, is like it's really like there's obviously a lot more to it, but like at the heart, it's like you guys are skating around on a piece of wood.
Exactly.
And like I feel like people like that, you're showing that on your YouTube of just that the rawness, the raw footageness, and just like how you just said, showing everyone at their true selves is like really gonna help people like connect with you and like everyone that like you're involved with, and continue to connect with you guys, and just like really like build something
because like
beautiful, because being your true self and just showing that and putting that out there at all times is like there's nothing to fake. There's no fraud. There's no like something's gonna come back to bite you because you're being a phony. Like,
no, it's the easiest way to make videos too. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I've before I started doing YouTube, I was just skating, and I went to go skate and didn't feel like I was skating for something.
Yeah.
I'm working on 2 video parts right now. Like like actually with a camera, a real camera, no phone. It's like I'm working on 2 video parts. One video parts for the Brooklyn Project's like full length video. It will be premiered. Like there'll be an actual premiere at a theater for it.
Dope.
And then one's just like I'm filming a VX footage video part with one of my homies. We're just gonna probably put it out on Thrasher or something. But
sick.
So I mean, with that, it's like I'm filming for that, but even before YouTube, I was filming for that, but it was weekends. During the week, I would skate, but it was just kind of getting very boring and dry, and I didn't feel motivated.
Yeah.
And with YouTube, now it's been opening up a lot more experiences with skateboarding, and it's been a lot more fun because now I feel like I have a reason why I'm skating, just to skate park during the weeks. Yeah, obviously to progress and practice, but now I'm really skating, with a lot more different people, and skating a lot of different parks and skating different ways.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot more fun that way. And because, I like to show, everything outside of social media.
Yeah.
People see the perfection on social media, but don't
media is
see
the highlight reel.
Yeah, but they don't see what goes into it.
Absolutely.
They don't see the work. Because I'll put in most of the falls.
Yeah.
And, it just shows that where the, skating comes, incredibly hard for us too. It's not all easy.
Yeah, for sure.
It never will be. And
if it was easy, everyone would do
be skating.
Exactly. So, if it was easy, I would skate.
Yeah.
I look like a baby deer on a skateboard. It's fucking horrible. It's so bad.
Yes, I have those 2 video parts coming out.
I'm stoked for those.
It won't be up for a while.
Yeah.
But, the Brooklyn Projects video, I don't know when that is. But, so I have those, doing my YouTube. And then I'll eventually, when I feel the time is right, maybe start working on merch or, a brand or something.
Totally.
And then, I don't know, just really working on the YouTube right now. Just kind of, trying to grow that, branch out on that, be able to travel more with and, go explore different parts of the world for, videos and just to go see them, and I don't know. We'll see. I got a lot more coming, but as of right now, just that.
I'm sure you got a whole fucking list of shit that you're working on, and I'm really, really, really fucking excited to fucking see everything that you're doing in the films and see you go pro officially. I know it's gonna happen. I feel it. I know it's gonna happen hella fucking soon. I can just
we'll see.
I just know it's inevitable.
I give it a couple of years.
It's inevitable. Just be ready.
I'll be ready, but I give it a couple of years.
Maybe. I'm just calling it. And when you go pro, I want a skateboard.
Yes.
Up there.
You can have a board for the wall.
Yes, please. I want a board for the wall so bad.
You'll get a board for the wall. Don't worry.
Yes. I'll buy it. I don't even give a shit.
But yeah.
So we're gonna go into the last question of 7 on 7's song of the day. What is Mr. Ray Corey's song of the fucking day?
What? Oh, Mr. Kitty, After Dark.
Mr. Kitty, After Dark.
I'd have to say that's the song right now.
I just want to say personally, I love that song so much. If you guys have not heard it, it started to trend on TikTok a little bit.
I was kind of bummed.
I was hella bummed because I was like, no, don't bring that here. Let's keep that low key. But Mr. Kitty, After Dark, if you have not heard it,
it is a great song.
It is a phenomenal song.
I love it.
I do too. It's fucking amazing. The vibe is unreal. But that's gonna fucking do it. Episode number 4.
16.
Yeah. Episode number 4 of 7 on 7. Ray, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a fucking pleasure. I feel like we need to do another episode because
there's a lot more and a lot more.
Yes, there's a lot more on both sides, and it's just been so long since we've seen each other. And just half of this was catching up and shooting the shit and kind of
There's a lot more to all of this.
Oh, absolutely. It's just like I said, you guys would be here for hours and hours and hours. So we'll definitely do this again 100% because I know there's more and I really want to dive into it. But yeah, that's going to fucking do it, guys. Ray, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Skylar, thank you so much for being patient and sitting here while we do all this.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was a fucking pleasure. So good to fucking see you.
Yes, it was.
And yeah, we'll fucking see you guys next time.